Welcome to the High Guard Argosy briefing on the threat of IDA to United Systems Commonwealth, delivered by High Guard Argosy Intelligence Directorate. Attention High Guard, this briefing is classified as restricted. It will cover the current situation and strategic operations of the Independent Defence Agency, IDA. The IDA is executing coordinated actions to destabilise our area of operations. This transmission includes critical intelligence, the operational environment, the general and detailed situation, our strategic assessment, and the strengths and weaknesses of our adversary. Vital information. Intelligence reports confirm IDA carrier deployments in Vodyakamana, Maruti, and Warianga. Key enemy commanders, designated as Aces and Kings, are directing these operations. Impacted systems include HIP 77807, Anumus, Bjarnun, Kadukunus, HIP 76466, HIP 78237, Mi Sien, HIP 82896, and Olurorai. IDA's primary goal is to force non-native factions in systems with 7 or more factions within USC space into retreat, creating operational gaps for IDA expansion. Environment. There are no specific environmental concerns currently affecting our operations. The theatre remains clear of significant natural threats, allowing full focus on countering IDA activities. General situation. IDA is intentionally targeting factions within USC space to disrupt stability and weaken USC control. They are using biological weapons to cause outbreaks, create panic, and overwhelm medical systems. They are sabotaging infrastructure to disrupt economic stability and disrupt civilians. They are starting conflicts and civil wars among factions, fostering disorder. Additionally, they are manipulating elections to install puppet governments and induce political paralysis, further undermining democratic processes and weakening governance. Their main objective is to destabilize USC systems, making them vulnerable to IDA control and expansion. Situation in detail. Warianga. A biological outbreak has caused widespread health crises and overwhelmed local medical facilities. Bjarnun. The Williams Horticultural Estate has suffered a critical infrastructure failure due to suspected sabotage, which has disrupted agricultural output and economic stability. Anumus. Conflict has erupted between Aubriguit's Blue Bridge Corp and the Lords of Maruti, destabilizing the region. Kadukunus. Possible psychological operations have incited civil unrest, leading to local protests and violence destabilizing the system. HIP 76466. Conflict between Laklano Workers' Party and Earls of HIP 80742 has been fueled by misinformation campaigns, exacerbating tensions and diverting USC forces to maintain security. Ulimaroa, HIP 77807. The home system faces multiple crises, including war and a biological attack, creating disruption and attempting to distract and weaken USC's control. Mi Sien. Foreign influence in the election has undermined the democratic process, with foreign agents alleged to be paying both sides. Cooperative of HIP 82896 and Earls of HIP 80742 have also been influenced into a conflict due to competing priorities. Olurorai. Conflict between the Laklano Workers' Party and Olurorai Vision Company has broken out, further destabilizing USC-controlled space. The IDA's mission is clear: destabilize USC-controlled systems, weaken defences, and exploit resulting power vacuums. IDA's aim is to expand its influence and control into USC space by using wars, civil unrest, biological attacks, sabotage, misinformation, and political manipulation in order to force non-native factions into retreat and expand IDA into the systems. Intelligence indicates that the IDA's current target is Maruti, using Vodyakamana as a staging base. From there, capture Kadu Kunus and then the primary objective of Ulimaroa, the USC's home system, HIP 77807. Their secondary objective involves a double envelopment to encircle Ulimaroa by capturing HIP 78237 and Baku, HIP 76466, on one flank, and Mishien, Rikbakar, and Anumis on the other, securing the Motu, HIP 76837, and ensuring complete control of all lines of communications to Ulimaroa. Additionally, they may pursue tertiary objectives involving deep strikes against Olurorai and Bianun, with the potential to link up with Lossup forces. Enemy weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Despite their strengths, the IDA has notable vulnerabilities. Their operations demand high levels of coordination, which present multiple points of failure that we can disrupt. By targeting their communication channels and command structures, we can create confusion and delays. The IDA's reliance on key commanders, the aces and kings, means that neutralizing these individuals can significantly impair their operational effectiveness. This can be achieved through precision strikes and covert operations to eliminate or capture these high-value targets. Furthermore, the IDA's widespread activities across multiple systems strain their resources, leading to logistical and supply challenges. We can exploit these vulnerabilities by applying pressure on their supply lines and disrupting their logistical operations, causing resource shortages and operational fatigue. Focusing on economic and social levers within the systems can be effective. Supporting local factions that are friendly to the USC, engaging in activities that boost their influence, and providing aid during crises can undermine IDA efforts. Conducting operations that counteract IDA's misinformation campaigns and reinforce the stability of our systems will further weaken their position. Information requirements. To counter these threats effectively, several critical intelligence needs must be addressed. Comprehensive tracking of enemy carrier movements and activities. We will deploy advanced reconnaissance and surveillance assets to monitor the positions and movements of IDA fleet carriers. This tracking will enable us to predict their next moves, disrupt their logistics, and prevent surprise attacks. Continuous monitoring of key enemy commanders. Key commanders, the aces and kings, play crucial roles in IDA operations. Utilizing covert intelligence operations, we will maintain real-time surveillance on these individuals, tracking their locations, communications, and activities to anticipate and neutralize their plans. Intelligence on factions being destabilized. Gathering detailed intelligence on factions targeted by the IDA for destabilization is essential. This includes understanding the local political, economic, and social dynamics to counteract enemy efforts and support these factions' stability effectively. Capability to intercept and locate enemy commanders. Anywhere in USC space, deploying rapid response units and advanced interception technology is vital to swiftly locating and apprehending enemy commanders, regardless of their position within USC space. This capability will disrupt enemy command structures and impede their operational coordination. These information requirements are crucial for developing a comprehensive and proactive defense strategy against the IDA, ensuring the stability and security of USC-controlled systems. The threat the Independent Defense Agency poses is critical, and the USC requires immediate reinforcements. The IDA's aggressive tactics and coordinated operations aim to destabilize and take control of our systems. Your skills and dedication are essential in countering this threat. We need you back in Elite Dangerous to engage in strategic operations, support local factions, and protect our systems from falling into enemy hands. Your participation will make a decisive impact in safeguarding the USC and maintaining stability. Join our efforts by connecting with us on Discord and joining our squadron in-game. Return to duty and help us fight the IDA.